Hello everyone, I'm just trying to set up. Give me a second. Okay. Sorry, we'll head out of the car. On Portage Avenue today. Got my helper. This is looking down into Wolseley. It's the weekend. It's a little windy, so hopefully the little fur cover I made does the trick and it's not too noisy. But it's Sunday morning. It's about 10 o'clock, I think. And we are at about plus 4 degrees Celsius in Winnipeg. It's not too bad out, not too bad. Just gonna check something else here. I'm just gonna move out of the way. Okay, all good. Seemed trickier to connect the live stream this time than it did our very first time. Felt different, but obviously just did not remember what I was doing. It'll get easier as we go. I also think I may have fixed the chat feature so that it is on my screen, but not your screen. Hi, Ian. Good morning. Hi, Sharon. You made it. Yay. Sharon from Israel.
Hi, Sharon.
Our timing has always been very off. Hopefully it's, well, I don't feel the wind too bad right now, so it shouldn't make too much extra noise. But Sharon, we're on Portage Avenue, and if you walked, down that way for a whole lot of kilometers, you'd end up in Westwood where your sister's living, I believe. But we're up on the other end of Portage. But we will get down to the Westwood end soon enough. Morning, Bevy. Welcome to Winnipeg.
Morning.
How's everything going in Halifax? You guys had a lockdown? Hope everything's okay and you're still able to get out and about a bit. Yeah, Ian, it's Portage. I guess there's not a lot of activity. Not yet anyway. I think Saturday nights, maybe Sunday nights, they have cruise night. So all the really noisy cars cruise along. Oh, this is a cool building. This building was actually built in 1915 for the Ford Motor Company. It was an assembly building, a Ford assembly building. They got all their parts from the manufacturing plant in Ontario, which is kind of cool. And then they put stuff together here, which I had no idea about. Hi, Tech Needs Tea, welcome. I said earlier it's about plus 4 Celsius here, so it's not the nicest of days. Morning, Fan Buses Gaming. You're still in bed? Lucky. I think a lot of Winnipeg is still in bed. Oh, you volunteered here? That's cool, Ian. Well, it closed as a Ford Motor Company building in 1941 and was bought by our provincial government in 1942 and was like a technical institute for a while. And then later it was used as a textbook repository. So I guess like all the textbooks for schools and stuff in Winnipeg would be here. Wolf, thanks for joining us. We are on Portage Avenue in Winnipeg, heading northeast, east up Portage. On your balcony. Ford as in the America Car Company, yes. Yeah, I was surprised to read that actually. I didn't know that we had much to do with car stuff here, but we put stuff together here. I don't really know where we shipped it after, but I think because of the railway back then and it was so prevalent through the prairies that we were a good spot for it maybe, because we were like central Canada. Oh, I bet you Johnny's going live later for sure. His videos are so great. He inspires me to get up and get out. Especially on a gloomier Sunday morning when I just want to stay in bed. Drink more coffee. Oh, did we pass Wall Street? Yeah, so this street here is Wall Street, and while down Wall Street is mostly industrial, there's four businesses that are super awesome down there that you wouldn't think we'd find down there. One is Barnhammer Brewing. It's a local brewery and they're awesome. One is called Sleepy Owl Bread and it's a bakery and their stuff is just divine. One is Wall Street Slice, which you can get pizza by the slice or the whole pie, and it's fantastic. And then the other is brand new. And we haven't been there yet, but it looks awesome. So it's kind of cool to have little pockets like that everywhere. Whose birthday is in a week? Oh, Fanbus is gaming. Your birthday's in a week. Well, happy early birthday. That's a cool building. Sharing, you're at home? Yeah. We're out getting some exercise. Besides this and walking the dog, that's kind of the only exercise we get. But that's okay. Awesome, Sharon. So Portage Avenue, I don't know if it's our longest street in the city, continuous street, but it's definitely the longest street that actually keeps the same name. You want some Timbits? Yeah, I'll ship them to you down in Florida for sure. I think Timbits are the best part of Tim Hortons because their coffee is not the greatest. Oh, live in his apartment. That's cool. Is he going to be gaming at the same time? Or doing like the rap battles? Those are fun. I know, I want Timbits too. Now that we've been talking about them. A lot of great little shops here. But yeah, I don't know if Portage Avenue is our longest street. I would assume others might be longer, but like I said, it's the one that keeps its name. So we have a super long stretch of road, but it changes names about like 6 times, I think. So it starts as Dakota, then it becomes Dunkirk, then it becomes Osborne, then it becomes Memorial, then it becomes Balmoral, then it becomes Isabel. But it's all one street. So that's annoying with the address change for people, I'm sure. Oh, it is our longest street, Ian. Thank you. Wasn't too sure. We hit the very end of it, like the very eastern end of it in our last live stream. Because essentially where you enter the Gold Eyes parking lot, that's technically the end of Portage on the other side of Main Street. Yeah, it's a pretty busy street. It's very busy during the day, during the week. Our largest mall is just down that way also. This is the RCMP headquarters. Yeah, it's 8 lanes in total. Lots of sets of lights though, so there are safer spots to cross. Colonial State Road 50 is the longest street in Orlando. Cool, I'm gonna actually have to look up how many kilometers Portage Avenue actually is. I don't know if this is like the Canadian headquarters for the RCMP. So for those not from Canada, it's the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. So they do all the policing outside of major cities. Coast to coast. Oh, that's a long one then in Orlando. Polo Park Mall. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's our biggest mall. St. Vital underwent a number of years back, but they're still just one level, and Polo Park is 2 levels. We'll go through there eventually. We're gonna turn in up 1, 2, like a few sets of lights ahead. And good morning, Devin. Thanks for joining us. We're gonna turn down a street called Home Street. Sorry for the wind. Because we had been down that road on our own and saw some fantastic houses down there. And it's Wolseley. There's a bazillion fantastic houses down there anyway, but it definitely caught our eye. And there's something I wanted to check down there too. See if it's still there. So I think today might be our last crappy weather day, because it looks like we'll be in the plus teens Celsius all week. Look. Polo Park is Ian's routine mall. We're over in the south end of the city, so we mainly, if we ever do go to the mall, which we don't really seem to, I mean, since the pandemic, I don't think we have at all, but even before, if we needed something from the mall, we'd go to St. Vital Mall, or we'd head to Kildonan Place just for something different. It's a little farther away, but there's a wool shop over there. I don't know how busy it is, or if it's open. It's hard to tell through the window. Hopefully they aren't closed down for the pandemic. See a few little shops closing down, but ooh, it's thunderstorming all week. See, I don't mind that. I like thunderstorms, except for when it comes time to take the dog out.
We need the rain.
We do need the rain. We got to clear up some of this dust. My allergies this week have been, whew, knock you over. And we had some crappy weather last weekend, I think. Well, Saturday wasn't too bad, but I wasn't feeling so hot. And then the wind, oh my goodness, Winnipeg and its wind. It was kicking up. It was like 70, gusting to 70 kilometers an hour. Hello, Dia, or Dia, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Winnipeg is great. It's +4 Celsius, a little bit of wind. The sun is doing its best to try and peek through. It's sunny in your window, fan. Bus is gaming. Yep, if you get sun, get outside. Go get some vitamin D. Tech needs heat. Yes, I'll take a thunderstorm over ridiculous heat, for sure. And honestly, so will my dog. Because he does not enjoy the heat and going for walks in the heat. He will give up and lay down in the cool grass and then not want to go home. Devin, yeah, that's a great point. When it's really hot, you go hang out somewhere cool. Why not? Oh, Dia, when are you coming here? That's exciting. A live bike ride later. Fan Buses Gaming. So Fan Buses Gaming, when you do your live bike rides, do you hold a gimbal? Do you use like a chest mount GoPro? Do you use a bike mount? Because I want to do that too, but I haven't quite figured it out. I know Johnny uses a chest mount, but it's a gimbal type. like a DJI mobile type one, not a GoPro. You mount your phone to the bike. Ah. That sounds easy. And you get a pretty smooth ride that way. Just trying to figure out how to make it all work. We're coming as an immigrant from Algeria. That's very exciting. Well, a pre-welcome to you. Winnipeg, I know it gets some grief from some people. I mean, all of our provinces, we fight amongst each other for who's better and who's not great. But Winnipeg is pretty great all around. You get all 4 seasons. You're never gonna miss a season. Sometimes you get all 4 seasons. Oh, Sharon, does that mean you're having Domino's for dinner or you're playing Domino's? Fan buses, it works good. Okay, I'm gonna give it a try. Chest mount for a GoPro when he cycles. Thank you, Bebby. Tech needs to. He's trying to escape the US too. Maybe it'll start to get better. I do think I missed something though. I don't know how to go back. Oh well. I'm sorry if I missed a comment. It was something I was going to actually reply on, but she gone. No, Pegger is fine when you're from the Peg. I don't think it's an insult. I've never looked at it as an insult. You're a Winnipegger. I'm just gonna switch hands. No, I don't think so, not yet. It's a little cool with that wind. I'm sure once we turn in though. Ooh, something just flew in front of the camera. Ian, us too. We often think about where we'd move if we move cities. And there's negatives everywhere and positives everywhere. You are in a lockdown, baby. That's what I thought I read. I have so Winnipeg's gonna go either way. Either enough people are gonna get vaccinated quick enough that it may help reduce the numbers, or shit's gonna hit the fan and we're gonna have a lockdown too. Fan buses gave me, no, I don't have any yet. It's just my second live stream, so I didn't think there would be enough going on that I would need any moderators. Hopefully everyone just behaves themselves. Is the Peg one of the cheaper cities in Canada? Yeah, I think we are. So like Winnipeg, Saskatoon, Regina, where else would be a more reasonable? Edmonton to live?
As far as real estate?
Yeah, like, and just general like cost of living.
Yeah, we do generally pay higher taxes here though.
With my sister and daughter. So you're with your niece, Sharon? I'm sorry, I missed that. I was looking at my husband. Oh, you had swearing in your chat? Ugh. That's no good. Honor system, yes, I trust everybody. Here in Algeria, no one is wearing a mask. Situation's great. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we don't have to wear masks outside, but we are encouraged to wear them inside. I just wanted to show you this little store here. Right now, it's Mulberry Salon and Spa. But in 1929, that was actually the very first Safeway grocery store in the city. It's pretty cool. Bridal salon. This is Arlington. You're in a lockdown right through your birthday. Oh, that sucks. So we can cross. But if one day we'll go all the way down Arlington, because one of our most well-known bridges is down there. Florida doesn't care about masks anywhere. That is crummy.
There was a movie shot there.
Yeah, if anybody watched the movie Nobody with Bob Odenkirk from Better Call Saul, that movie was filmed in Winnipeg. And we sat there pausing like every 5 minutes. We're like, oh my God, that's such and such. And oh my God, that's there. So if you want to see a little bit of Winnipeg, watch Nobody with Bob Odenkirk. Yeah, Florida's been, it's friggin' Wild West right now. Yeah, 130-person indoor wedding? Devin, where are you? That's crazy. Yeah, Florida has not got a lot of good press throughout this pandemic. I will agree with that. Aladdin Pizza, probably just a little local pizza joint back there. Hey, Clash in Canada, welcome. Welcome to Winnipeg. Not sure where you are, but let us know. Fan, yeah, you take your time. What's all that grainy sand on the floor? This is all the sand from the streets in the winter. They put a sand salt mixture down because we get a good chunk of snow, and it helps to not be quite so slippery, but then it takes a very long time for the city to actually clean it up in the spring. And when they do, they sweep it off the road and it ends up on the sidewalk, also from snowplows that dump snow. Florida is Republican, yes they are. I know somebody from Michigan.
Hello, Michigan.
Hello, Michigan. Where was he from? Not Grand Rapids, maybe Grand Rapids. I don't think it was Grand Rapids, it was Grand something. USA is a great destination, but they have had a rough go through the pandemic. Yeah, we did get a good chunk of snow. Oh, Clash, you are a yeah. An appointment for his vaccine. So his name is A. We both got chosen. You had to submit, like, not really an application, like a great gear tester for the magazine's gear episode. And Abe and I got chosen along with two or three other people from throughout the States. I was the only Canadian, which was pretty cool. And they flew us to Alaska and we got to test a whole bunch of gear. And I ended up in the magazine like 3 or 4 times with my opinion on the gear. Oh, look at this one. Oh, I think we... That's cool. I might have had that one written down. Is this 232? Oh, this is 272. This is beautiful. 272, the Thelma. This was built in 1914. It was renovated between 2005 and 2011, but most of the interior millwork, the wall coverings, the hardware, and the stairs type of stuff has remained intact. I'm going to see if I can peek in the window because that would be gorgeous. Oh man, I doubt you can see anything in there, but pretty cool. What number is this? 266. Put this down for this. Yep, it is crazy. It was part of my application to become the gear tester. McKinley. Oh, face reveal, yeah. I am a mystery. And then, yeah, I got chosen to go, and lo and behold, my McKinley was born. What number is this? I love these little faux balconies. I wonder if one time they actually were balconies or if they're just like the Juliet style. If this is 252, this is the park home maybe. Oh, maybe that's it over there. Oh, Dia, that's exciting. Chosen with Manitoba. Just be prepared for really hot summers and really cold winters. And gorgeous springs and falls. That's what I'll say. And you get used to the winter. It won't feel like you do, but you do. Okay, there's something here I want to check out. This is Preston, so I think just the next block over. Yeah, so I live stream through the Prism app because you do not need a certain amount of people. Although I will say it's tricky getting her going. I stumble every time at the beginning because I can never remember. This street is Preston. We turn down Home Street. But at Ethelbert and Preston, there should be an original firehouse from 1895.
Oh, these guys are enjoying nice.
They're having a very socially distanced. They're all warm. Yeah, I can see that bevy just from what I've seen in Halifax. I did only have one free morning, but I took a good wander. I don't think this is the original one. Maybe it's gone now. Or let's see. No, this says 2008. Well, we'll keep our eye open on our rounds. Ooh, that's an oldie. Yeah, Ian, we have basically 1080p. The service isn't super hot. There'll be some. Wear wool long johns all winter. Yep. Definitely. Long johns, hoodies, wool socks, down mittens. These are cool. I love apartment blocks with these nice courtyards and the entryways. I feel like I had something about this building, but maybe I don't. Oh, 828 Preston. Maybe that's this. This was built in 1912. Oh, even detail up there. Ski pants, yep. This was owned by the guy who built it till the mid-40s. It's kind of cool to be the builder and the owner. Can you take that? Thank you, fans. Bus Game. Subscribe. Oh, that's a lovely building. And hit like, because apparently YouTube likes it when you hit the like button. Oh, Zaya, you spent 2 years in Dubai. That's pretty cool. Oh, look at the size of that. So this area is called Wolseley. A lot of older homes in the area. I didn't a ton. You could spend hours. Older architecture in the apartments and the homes, absolutely. I believe it's called. They have a website that gives you basically a whole walking tour of the entire neighborhood. So you could spend hours in them and when they were built. But I do have a few. I don't know what number we're at. Oh, that gray one at the end. Sorry, that beautiful gray one. That was built in 1909 for Harry and Mary Speechley. She was British and was actually quite an impressive woman for back in that time. Institute of Manitoba. Then I remember seeing something on a stream. Basically, essentially shut down. It was not looked at. She was the first U of M, which is the University of Manitoba, our largest honorary Doctor of Laws degree. Cool. For a woman in like to have all that to her name. But yeah, we'll truck along. Why? Do any of these you know have sorry if that's windy. I love that yellow one. Any good haunted stuff in Winnipeg? I think that might be a bit windy. Story, and there was an apartment block that was apparently quite haunted. Yeah, you gotta have patience through the immigration process. Hotel room 202 or 222 or 220, one of those. My daughter was, when she was younger, was fascinated with. Okay, pause on that. But these are bans for Dutch elm disease, and they have insulation on the inside and sticky stuff on the outside to stop pests and such from traveling either up or down the trees and killing the trees. So if you see trees that are banded like this, they are trying to proactively prevent Dutch elm disease. And if you see a big tree like this that has like an orange spray paint, tree got diseased and has to be cut down, which is an absolute shame. It leaves a gaping hole in the streetscape. A canopy, I'll come back in the summer. My favorite park in the Peg. Well, we love Crescent Park. It's a smaller park and it's pretty quiet and it's great for picnics. But I've recently started to love one that we call Central. Oh, sorry. We showed that off in our last Wolseley video, but the best cinnamon buns in Winnipeg, right there. Central Park is right in the and has recently undergone some renos. Got AstroTurf games going on, and they have this gorgeous statue. There's a beautiful, I don't know, were they pigeons in Central Park that came swarming? Yeah, it's just really a neat.
What do you call a group of pigeons? A flock?
A flock? Oranges are so pretty. Oh, if you guys have Dutch elm disease, I don't know if there's anyone you can recommend. Go talk to people in Winnipeg. They're uh-oh, it says internet connection. Hopefully we don't conk out. Idea?
I don't know, I guess
We'll be turning soon. Needs tea. I will try and get on his.
Hello, good morning.
Morning. In Boniface right now. Minute drive. area, if that's where you're thinking. Yeah. Connection is not. Bye, Techniques Tea. Thank you for joining. We're gonna. Was made. Better service.
Beautiful.
Now maybe. Good service here, I wonder. Through. Do you think if we went closer to the river?
That's yeah, I don't know. Well, we can try going.
Okay, we're gonna head back. Actually, I do not think that's this. Maybe it is. Is that Wolseley? Oh, we're on Wolseley. Oh, we're where we need to be. Thanks for hanging in there, Sharon. The service will. I don't see that little notice anymore saying it's unstable, so better. Oh my god, Fanbus is gaming. I thought that said Johnny did a crying video today because your work. That's better than a crying video. Cycling videos are fun. I always remember the one a few weeks ago really got cut off. Corner. Ah, notifications back. Are ones I wanted to mention. Oh, there's a trumpet player on the balcony. That's funny. We'll get closer. I don't know if you can see that there. Yeah, Bevy, this is one of our favorite neighborhoods. The only downside is these homes are so old that you just don't quite know what you're getting behind the walls. Let's see if he looks like a little naked trumpet playing guy. That's fun. Okay, this is 8:38, this first one on the end here. We're rocking out to some French music. I doubt that'll be copywritten. Yeah. Not that song anyway. This one was built in 1913. It's called Moy's House. Owned by John Moyes. He owned a stable and livery business in the Exchange District, which we've been to a number of times. So he became famous and made his money making equipment for people who love horses. 834. This one is called Wilson House. It was built in 1913 for insurance executive Thomas Wilson. What's kind of neat is I think almost all of these are now separated into apartments. Yes, it's an old area and has become a hipster slash, I mean, they're lovingly, jokingly referred to as like granola crunchers. So organic, of the earth, very into their recycling and composting, things like that, which really we all should be. This one, 830, this little white porch there. Lyle House, built in 1909 for business executive Hugh Lyle. That's a cool shaped house. I guess that's what they call Georgian, or maybe that's Queen Anne. I'm not sure. They do love the earth, yeah, and take care of it. That's a nice building. That looks like it's had some work done. And this is 826. This one here. It's called Parnell House. It was built in 1909, so they were all built around the same time. For James Counter. He was the co-founder of the Manitoba Bridge and Iron Works Company. And in 1912, it was owned by Edward Parnell, and he became mayor, which I had no idea. We had a mayor named Edward Parnell. You know, hearing the trumpet all day, fam, get annoying, but and I'm in my hotel room and I can hear. It is awesome, but practicing, it's a little more painful. House and the person beside us was learning, so that was a little more painful.
How's your internet connection?
It goes back and forth. It's not good now. Ian, yeah, they're a large component of the Filipino community that live in the Garden City, Maple. People boast. I do not know anything we can. It's a little group of some kind out for a walk. And here's a little puppy. I wonder if it's giveaway weekend, because I see lots of odds and sods, or maybe it's just we'll be up on Maryland soon, so it should be pretty strong. We'll try and get there a little quicker. Some nice buildings coming up, and a nice school. I think this school, I'm pretty sure it's Mulvey School. Odds and sods. I get made fun of for saying odds and sods all the time. So I'm British. My grandparents lived in Winnipeg for probably half my life, and it was very much a British saying, I believe. We say bits and they mean the exact same thing. It's just all the bits and pieces, kind of. But yeah, everyone's like, what's an odds and sods? I'm like, oh, it's just the bits and bobs and things that are just kicking around. But I do believe it's British. Yeah, so this is Mulvey. It's been around for a while. We're gonna pass another school that was... Oh, you went to Mulvey School, Ian. That's cool. It's lovely. I did see the date online, but I can't remember it now. That looks like tile, like mosaic tile work, art pieces. Bits and bobs. Okay, yeah, see, I'm not crazy. People know these things. Yeah, it went back to normal. It was, oh, now it's off again. Well, not off, but unstable.
Should get better.
I could probably... It's a nice porch. Wow. Buy something. Jack up the... It was a good school, yeah. Yeah, I think there's... Hang on, let's see. So this is the Misericordia Hospital. It's had some additional, I think in like 1914 or 1908-ish. A couple of nuns started it as a hospital, like a maternity hospital. Thank you, Devin, for the update. The thingy's gone now, so hopefully it gets better. And hopefully this isn't too windy. But the Misericordia started out as like a maternity hospital, mainly for like unwed mothers and not underage, but like young mothers. Grew to become the actual general. And there were a lot of older homes here. They're doing some renos, some infill homes, I believe, along Maryland here. You can kind of see Misericordia and the bridge. And the Maryland Bridge was actually, we didn't really take a look at it, but the first steel frame to span the Assiniboine River, and was built in 1894. And it was replaced in 1921 with the very first reinforced structure, concrete structure. So it was a steel bridge, and they determined it was, I guess, too used. So it wasn't going to be strong enough to withstand the use, so they had to start over with concrete. Hopefully the stream is okay. Do you guys see the chat like right in the video? To the side. Because I clicked last time, I think it was right within the video. So I tried to fix that. 9 out of 10, awesome. The modern condos, yeah, they don't really fit in. I mean, there is a place for them, but I too wish that they stuck with the more neighborhood style. So this is the west. It was built in 1911. Get a look at the front. It's quite beautiful. Thanks, Devin. What's cool is this grocery store. It's a food fair. In 1929, it actually opened as the Tivoli Theater. And in the 30s, it served as like an overflow seating area for the church. And then it was sold to Safeway in 1959. And then subsequently bought by the food fair group. But I think Westminster was originally located elsewhere, and the congregation grew. Oof. Sorry about the wind. But now there's 3 or 4 food fair locations in the city, I think. Yeah. We'll be turning left soon and we'll be out of this wind. So this is Maryland. Maryland is the, I guess, which direction are we going? It's one way. It's the southbound partner to the northbound Sherbrooke. And Sherbrooke is the more commercial of the two streets, and Maryland is the more residential. So we'll have a few quieter, a quieter block. Ooh, that's a nice building. confirmed
It works.
that it won't be on the video. Yeah. Because that was a surprise. Prism. Well, let me tell you, that's a neat building. These are all sort of new. Oh, that's a nice house. Seems like the internet connection is pretty stable. I think along here there was a couple of like, oh yeah, guest house, hostel, that's the word I'm thinking of. 1 or 2 hostels for travelers making their way through. And the bus, I did not. So much of the time, the whole front is taken up with face masks required. And this bus now is not in service, so it's a nothing bus. And there is, I think, an ethnic food, if I'm not mistaken. And just to the east of the other side of Sherbrooke is Langside Grocery, which we peeked in the window of in a wintertime West Broadway walk, and it looks super cool. So I think they're open with limited seating, but you can take it to get back there. The chat in the video, when I saw it after, I was like, realized there's got to be a button I didn't click somewhere. It does take a bit to get used to your own voice when you hear it. Oh, this is the little grocery store I was talking about. So they painted to look like tile. That's very pretty. Samosas. Ooh, that's nice. I love it when there's murals. They just add so much. We are almost at Broadway. So Broadway stretches at Union Station and becomes a straight shot through our downtown. Hello, Manaram. These houses, I don't think they're particularly expensive. I would say, what do you figure these houses go for, dear? Like 300,000, 200 something?
Yeah, I would say depending on the condition, if they've been renovated or if they need renovation. Yeah.
The ones more tucked into the residential area that we were just walking in, those will be a little higher priced. The high 2s, 3s, some would even get into the 4s if they've been renovated. Get out of that wind. So yeah, Broadway, straight shot through downtown, and then once you're past sort of Balmoral, Osborne Street there, it's considered West Broadway. So this is all West Broadway through the Maryland Sherbrooke area. This is Gordon Bell School. Let me take that first, please. It's large. The 3 schools that were situated here prior to it being Gordon Bell were all called Mulvey School, which we now saw down at the end there near Wolseley Street. And now it's called Gordon Bell, and it was built, the original school was built in 1884. In 1971, a ton of additions were made, and it made it one of the biggest in the division. I think it had like over 1,000 students. They have all sorts of track markings on their outdoor track area. I know there was like a huge handball component, either a tournament that happens here or just part of the school. It's kind of cool. And I'm not even sure, well, I guess maybe it happened after, but so the fact that there was 3 schools here, all called Mulvey School, and then the Mulvey School that we just saw down at Wolseley near Maryland, and yet Mulvey Avenue or Mulvey Street is over on the other side of Corydon, which technically I guess is pretty close, but you'd think that Mulvey School would be over on Mulvey, but it's not. Yeah, Sisler is big too. My high school, I do not think was that big, but I honestly have no. Here, there's actually a AstroTurf playing field in the middle, community gardens all the way around it. This was like the neighborhood community group and the student groups fought for this piece of land. So I think it used to have old buildings on it maybe, but it had been just fenced off for a very long time. And they were gonna like make it a parking lot or something, and they all argued that they wanted to keep it green space for the community, and they won. Well, I was actually gonna turn down here. I wasn't gonna, but it looks like a nice street. Or do you want to just do Portage? We'll do Portage.
This is close, so you're in it.
Yeah, we'll turn down the little street there. Not in it, no. I don't even know where. But yeah, so that's cool. So we're gonna detour. So if you go straight ahead, where all the traffic is, that's Portage Avenue. That's where we started. Down a bit, but there's a lovely church down here that I want to take a peek at.
We can always cut back up.
Yeah. Another thing I love about these houses is that they're all colors, which I love. Still waiting on the North End video. We're kind of doing like 1 to 2 a week, generally 1. And our daughter in school and everything, we'll get there. Yeah, Devin, you know what? I think honestly it might be because we have had so much wind in the last week. But this church is pretty cool. Oh, see, now the internet connection's crappy again.
Mm-hmm. I guess we gotta go cut it.
Okay. Yeah. We're gonna cut back up. Many more of the same homes here. But we'll go back to Portage just to get that connection. It's these side streets because it's gone already. Yeah. Or unstable anyway. Ooh. Purple. So this is where Broadway meets Portage. That's just another angle of the park that the community groups managed to secure. I saw soccer practice there one day. It's really cool. So Broadway essentially goes from Maine to Portage. Ian, I have Bell. Sharon, yep, that was on Maryland, where they had painted their stucco to look like tile. It was beautiful. Oh, no I don't, but I can scroll back when I'm done this and I'll send it to you, the name of it. This Garden House East Indian Cuisine, that was like, was that not Paradise Restaurant?
May have been at one point.
For the longest time.
I think they have a location on Leela now.
They have their Leela location, yeah. Oof, back in the wind. So we're going to be coming up on, thank you, Devin, Halal Meat Center and Specialty Foods. I don't know if it had more of a name than that, but if you look that up on Maryland, you'll find it. There's a mural for Assiniboia Downs. It's not located here. That's well at the very end of Portage. But if they have horse racing, maybe we'll do a video at the horse races. That'd be kind of fun. We've gone to the horse races a couple times. I don't think we've ever won. We don't really know what we're doing when you go there, because you have to, like, I don't know, don't you bet on like all levels of like first, second, third?
Yeah, you
blah blah blah. So this is Vimy Ridge Park. It was formerly called St. James Park. It was renamed after a monument at Portage and Kenora. Are we at Kenora? Not sure. Must be. It was erected, so there was a monument erected on the summit of Vimy Ridge that was shipped to Winnipeg in 1926. And there's a plaque that lists the 328 men who died. There's a bunch of them here, yeah. Devin, oh yeah, but see, we do intend to go and watch, and then we get super caught up in what's going on, and we're like, we can do this, we know what we're doing, and then we go, and you just bet like $1 or whatever, $1 or $2, and we lose. But it's fun, because then you're a lot more invested in who's winning, right? Ah, this is the one. So these are the names. This is a beautiful park. Wow, there's stairs and I just backed down them. Monument was originally a memorial to the 328. Okay, this is the one. So in the base of this memorial, so in here, there is a book stored within this monument that tells the story and lists the names of all the men killed. That's pretty wild. And actually this park was used for meetings and rallies for the 1919 general strike, which we talked about when we were in the Exchange by Pantages Theatre. There's a lot of beautiful sculptures here. Devin, EPS, indeed, I did not know there were stairs behind me. That's something I'll have to use a little more peripheral vision to not fall backwards downstairs.
You failed at my job. I should be.
Yes, he's usually behind me making sure. The Queen's Own Cameron Highlanders of Canada. for, you know, a cooler, cloudier day, there's quite a few people using the park. That's really nice. There's 2 or 3 separate play structures. I think it's got a wading pool, or at least a spray pad. Husband of photography should be spotting me. Yes, he should.
You're right. Absolutely.
That's okay. There's one more I want to see here before we go over that side. I'm really bummed we didn't find that 1835 fire hydrant, because the cool thing about that one, if we ever stumble upon it another day, is that it was made by Vulcan Iron Works, which is a Manitoba company from like the 1800s. And they're the ones that built the water tower out at Winnipeg Beach.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I was gonna piece those two together. So after many years of looking and saving pennies, we finally bought a cabin last summer. We didn't get it till into August, so it's still kind of a work in progress. But we plan to do some videos out there. And Winnipeg Beach has a fantastic history. It's really cool. It's very railway. And the sunrises there in the mornings are stunning. I'll give you $100 for the statue. 100 US? Well then, okay. Let me just rip it out of the ground. It is a beautiful park, yep. Paying him enough? Oh, he gets paid in love and homemade breakfast. Sorry about the wind. I just want to see this one last one. Oh, look at these plaques on the ground and the Canadian maple leafs.
Wow, that's amazing. Watch your stairs.
Yes, dear. Winnipeg Rifles, who were murdered while prisoners of war. Wow. Huh. I don't want to step on any of these, that's for sure. I feel like that would be not good. This is the street we actually originally turned down. So I think maybe we'll give her an end point here. Take a little stroll down this pathway. And I just want to say thank you all for joining again. Hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. That would be great. Get the little notification bell set up so that when a live does happen, or a regular upload, or a premiere, you're notified. Oh, look at that house right there. But yeah, it was not a very sunny morning or a very warm morning, but we appreciate all of you for joining in. So I'm gonna sign off now, and I thank you all for being a part of this. Find a spotter for when I record, but I'm trying to avoid having to pull. Ah, that's true. Film permits, oh my goodness. Hope I don't need one of those for my husband. Anyway, okay, have a great weekend, guys, or the great rest of the weekend. See you next time.